Hey everyone, Jimo from the Work From Anywhere Accelerator here, and today we are funnel hacking kitchen remodelers. So kitchen remodeling campaigns are typically targeting folks over 25 who more than likely own a home versus rent because they just have a higher income or have got to the point in their career where they can afford a home. In this case, what you want to be doing is testing against interests like HGTV, Home Depot, home renovation, and other interests that would target someone who likely owns a home and is potentially in the process of reworking it or renovating or improving it. You can also do interests like interior design and otherwise, but they're a little bit farther detracted in that someone who rents could also be interested in interior design. In terms of creative, beautiful kitchens, just really awesome pictures of kitchens work really, really well, as do before and afters. So we're going to look at a couple ads here and a couple funnels where they are using before and afters, but in a video format rather than image format, and they do work quite well. Often the angle that's used in the ad is either a free design or a free consultation of the kitchen in terms of how they want to lay it out, or a flat out discount offer. So let's take a look at the first ones, which are using lead ads and are using a discount offer. So these are from Kitchen Saver. It's a franchise type business from the looks of it. And in this case, they actually have a handful of ads, all that are using the same copy, so the same offer of a limited time $750 discount, but with different creatives. And these creatives are all videos. Really what they're doing is kind of a hack and slash, really quick kitchen renovation. So you can see here it says renew the look of your kitchen in about 3 to 5 days. So that's kind of their main hook outside of the discount and the in-home free consultation, is that they'll be able to transform the kitchen in 3 to 5 days, so within the course of a week. And if we take a look at the videos here, can get both of them playing. There we go. So it does show a before and after. And really, it just shows that one before and after from what it was to what it was transformed into. And so that does work really well, especially with Facebook going more towards these square type of ads, where you can't really show a great before and after, because if you cut this down the middle, you're only going to show a part of each of these images. Whereas with the video, you can show the before and after really quick. The only thing to keep in mind is these videos are 7 seconds or 6 seconds or so a really slow transition. You probably want to be doing that a lot faster in the course of like 3 seconds, 4 seconds on the very high end. So that way they get to exactly what it is faster. And especially on mobile or on desktop, when you're scrolling with Wi-Fi, that video automatically plays. So you do want to be able to show that transition really quick while someone's scrolling. Now, when you click the Get Offer button, you end up on this little lead ad over here, which is just reiterating the offer, but also diving into more detail. And basically what they have set up here is a tiered discount based on time. So if you call now, you save more. Call in the next 2 weeks and save $750. If it's in 4 weeks, you save $600. And in the next 3 months, you save $300. So it's kind of an interesting offer. The main issue with doing something like this is if you allow them to call up to 3 months later, folks will inevitably call later. So what you really want to do is drive home scarcity here, where you say if you call in the next 2 days or 3 days and book your in-home consultation, then you can save the $750. That said, this offer still works. In this case, these folks are probably just worried about getting lots and lots of leads so that way they can dial through. So even in this case, being able to offer some form of scarcity, so the discount getting cut down, can still work. It just will require a lot more follow-up more than likely. So basically they're capturing the basics of info: name, email, phone number, your last name and zip code. Basically what they need to understand, are you in the service area and can we contact you by multiple ways? So phone, email, SMS, and otherwise. And so when you actually click the next button, you submit all this information, you end up on this thank you page where they actually have a call now button. So as you may have seen in quite a few funnel hacks, it's something that I do harp on, is that a lot of folks miss out with their thank you page and either linking to like their home page or something like that, where they could otherwise link to an appointment booking link or a link to call now, because really that's the goal. They want them to call now. So in this case, they're taking full advantage, saying, thanks, we'll be in touch soon, but they don't drive them. They don't say, in the meantime, if you want to book your consultation now, then use that button. They kind of just say, if you do want to, you can schedule your free home consultation by clicking the link below. But it's not a strong call to action. So that would be the only main point of change within this lead ad is they're not driving home this call now call to action enough. But it is good that they have it in there because many folks don't. So next up, we're going to look at a much more built out funnel. It is for a lead aggregator, meaning something like Home Advisor, where they sell these leads off to kitchen remodelers and otherwise. And so over here, we have Home Expert. Basically, what they're doing with this ad is doing a little bit of education and then pulling them on over into a quote style funnel. And much like the previous ad, they are using a before and after type video. But again, no audio or anything like that. And they're just driving home the call to action in the video. And this is actually a really clever little subtle call to action. They're saying, click learn more for a quote. That's great. But then they have these arrows that appear over time. And because they don't look like arrows, Facebook's totally fine with it. It is just kind of a pointing indicator pushing below. In terms of the copy here, the top 7 reasons why you should remodel your kitchen: improve function, reduce energy cost, improve sustainability, update the look, increase comfort, improve safety, and improve home value. All great benefits of actually getting your kitchen remodeled. And they drive home the point enough to drive them to actually get a free quote. So when you actually click the Get Quote button over here on this ad, you'll end up in this long style funnel. So basically you'll end up on this landing page, not much on it other than the logo, and here's what we're going to walk you through: project location, the details, match you to a pro, and then give you a quote. And as you go through this flow, and I'm going to show you what the flow looks like, really all they're doing here is understanding who this lead can be sold off to. But they're also gathering a good amount of information to understand whether it's a simple low ticket job or a higher ticket job where potentially that contractor can make more. So first up, they ask for your zip code. That figures out the area. And then they go into the details of, are you going to change countertops? Yes, no. Is that an opportunity? How about cabinets? How about the floors? So do you also need a flooring expert? And then how soon? So is it going to be immediately or within a month? Or is this just like a pure quote for the sake of, effectively tire kicking? Basically what they're trying to do here is better understand the quality of lead, and then because they're an aggregator, more than likely they're also trying to figure out what they can actually charge for this lead. So once you've completed that information, you've given them some of the service details, then it goes into connecting you with a remodeler. And this is where it gets really interesting. So first they require your email, which is pretty standard, then your name, and then they go into the interesting bit, which is they ask for a phone number and then immediately ask you to verify that phone number. So what probably happens here is because they want to increase the value of the leads they send through, if they get a verified phone number, whether it's text message or by call, and more than likely they charge more for by text message, that means they now have someone where it's guaranteed that their phone number information is correct. And phone number being one of the core ways you're going to really have to connect with someone and get them into an appointment. That's really the main model. So by entering a phone number, you then have to verify by phone or text, at which point they call and give you this 2-digit code. So nice and simple, just low barrier enough that it makes sense for them actually verifying. At which point, once you've verified, they then make sure of the address, and then they send you over a confirmation. And more than likely, this address isn't, it's not going to be the most used for a kitchen remodeling person. Whereas they actually offer leads in all these other areas, and they do offer to connect you to contractors in all these other areas. If it's a roofing quote, and I think they may even offer solar, if it's a solar quote as well, the address will allow them to generate an estimate right away for this person. So when the contractor is calling, they can say, hey, here's what the estimate looks like initially. We'll need to confirm some things. When's a good time so we can confirm this quote for you? And obviously, if the quote sounds good, just by voicemail or whatever, you're more likely to actually get back in touch with that person. So this is a phenomenal funnel. Obviously, this is quite custom. Elements of this can definitely be done in ClickFunnels, but it is a custom built funnel. However, some of these questions can easily be done in ClickFunnels survey tool. So asking, if you're going to do countertops, you're going to do cabinets, if you're going to do kitchen floor, the kitchen floors, and what the timeline looks like, all those are things that can be done in ClickFunnels survey tool, at which point the rest of it can be captured through simple forms. So an overall great funnel, to give you an example of just how some of these lead aggregators are doing it. And obviously with the lead aggregator doing it, that means that the cost per lead must be pretty good because they're out to make a good margin on every single lead. So an absolutely phenomenal funnel to learn from. Now, obviously, if you have questions, you can drop them down below if this is in the Facebook group. If it's in the members area, you can head on over to the Facebook group and ask any questions that you have.